we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we're going to try something new. This is Star Citizen. Some of you may have heard of it. For those of you who haven't, Star Citizen is a game that is currently in development. It's a space arcade simulator, so to speak. Very, very large, or at least it is planned to be very, very large. It's still very much in development. It's currently in an alpha state, but they're building out the world and I guess the universe at this point. And it's a game that I've started playing a little bit more recently and am very much enjoying. And so I wanted to bring that to the channel in hopes that you guys will like it too. And I'll be able to add a little bit of Star Citizen gameplay to the channel as well. So as you can see, it's a very high fidelity game. The graphics and everything are extremely good as far as realism and all that kind of stuff. We're inside of a space station right now. There's my character. Let's see here, we'll swap around, there we go, so that we can see the front view there. And I've got my little spacesuit on, and my little space helmet. And we're just going to go ahead and pull out my ship here, which we'll do at a vehicle retrieval terminal here. And I have a MISC Prospector here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull one of those out. And we're going to do some mining today. This is one of the more lucrative methods of or lucrative activities, I guess. And so I've recently purchased a ship, the MISC Prospector, and so we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of mining there. Hopefully we can find a good rock. We're going to try to mine an item in the game called Quantanium. Oh, it's goodness gracious! All these system interrupts. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into our ship here, and once we get out into the actual universe, we should get much better frame rate and a lot less jittering around. But as you can see, we're in space. We're out on a landing pad at the station here. This is a rest and relax station. And so we're going to go ahead and get into our spaceship here. And oops, there we go. That's one of the things I love about this game, is that like everything's physically realistic. You know, it's like they've built all of these contraptions and everything to properly work. Everything like even folds down. You've got head-up displays and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get into our system map, and we are currently at this star system here, or this space station here at the Hurston-Lagrange point 2. And there we go. Hurston-Lagrange 2, Faithful Dream Station. That's where we're at currently. So we're going to go from here, and we're going to set a course for ArcCorp Lagrange Point 4, ARC L4 for short. But we're actually going to stop inside this band of asteroids here, which is very rich in asteroid material. And so I'm going to go ahead and set my point there for ARC L4. And I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here and take off. Oh, hang on. That's not supposed to do that. Something's not right here. What have I got going on? It's not that. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious. So I've obviously got got some bugs here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my... Oh, goodness. Hopefully this will fix this. Otherwise I'm going to have to see about turning off my joysticks here. Come on. There we go. Hopefully that'll kill the joysticks, because I've got a problem with it where it, well, I guess it's rolling and it's not supposed to. I got my twin flight sticks several years back, and I think that actually started to deteriorate. The internal functions of them are not working particularly well. So I'm flying along. This is quantum travel, and it's basically a compression and expansion of space around your ship. Allows you to travel across the long distances inside the star system in a fraction of the time that it would normally take. So I'm going to travel here until we hit that point, and I'll try and link a reference down below to the guide that I'm actually using for that. But we're going to drop out of quantum travel at about 9.14 million meters, kilometers or so to go, because that's actually where this band of asteroids is. They call it the Aran Halo. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll pause the video for right here, and then I'll drop out of quantum travel when we get closer. Okay, so here we are. We're getting close. Oop, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that, and there we go. So I've dropped out of quantum travel, and we are now in the Aran Halo, as you can see from all these little asteroids that are dotting the system. I'm going to go ahead and we'll take a look over here at this one. Actually, hopefully, this will be just what we need. Generally, when you find a large number of rocks like this, there's a good chance that those are Quantanium rocks, or rocks that have Quantanium in them, which is what I'm hoping to find this time out, because it's extremely lucrative. You can mine, if you're lucky and you actually find one, you can mine a rock with Quantanium in it, and can very well take home a cargo hold worth 100,000. Alpha UEC, of course, that is. We're going to go ahead and we'll swap over to scanning mode, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here, and well, maybe this is broken, because I've had this issue before where, oh, come on, no, yeah, I'm having the whole spinning thing again. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, it's definitely my flight stick. So I'm going to see if I can turn that one off. Let's see here. We're going to go into controls and key bindings, advanced controls and customization, flight movement, and we're going to go roll left and right. Swap this over to joystick. There we go. Flight movement, roll left and right, roll, and we're going to turn this off. There we go. So that we don't have... actually, we want to change this because I've got this set incorrectly. Well, we're not doing that right now anyway. Okay, good. We'll go ahead and return to game. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can scan these, because it appears that that the bug, and this is one that it's known to have, is appearing again, where we cannot scan asteroids. This is kind of a known bug, and one that crops up, unfortunately, in mining quite a decent amount. I've had this happen a couple times to me, so we're going to go ahead and turn off of here, go into mining mode.
Mining mode on.
And I'm going to go ahead and turn this up here and see. Yeah, no, there's still no. Alright.
Caution. Target friendly. Mode off.
Target friendly, yeah. No, it's not really friendly. It's not working properly. Alright, so that one's unfortunately not working. We're going to see if we can zoom around a little bit and potentially find a different one. So I'm going to pause here and we'll see what we can do to find another one. Okay, so unfortunately it appears that nothing that I've tried is really fixing it. So we're going to try something else. This is bed logging. You can actually log out in your beds, in the ships that actually have a bed. And so let's see here, F option to log out. Let's see here. No, perhaps I can't do that unless I'm laying down. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to lie down on our bed here. There we go. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to, let's see here, log out. There we go, log out. And we'll log out of the server here and jump into another one, and hopefully that will fix the scanning problem. Okay, so here we are back in our ship. I'm going to go ahead and get up here and see. Hopefully this will have fixed our problem. We're still going to be in the Aaron Halo. This is a bit silly sometimes. There we go. And we'll power up. There we go. Perfect. Send out another ping. And we'll see what we can do find something. We'll go ahead and accelerate a little bit towards this target. As you can see on the left hand side there, I've got a little box that'll move up and down like that. That controls my speed. Ooh, there we go. So we've got a couple of targets popping up here. And if I'm inside the red zone, that's kind of the area that's a little bit harder to control. And your ship is not as responsive. But if you stay inside the green zone, that'll allow you to turn and slow down, all that kind of stuff, relatively easily and quickly. So we're going to try and do that when we're actually positioning. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and scan here. And what are we getting? Quantanium, gold, and pervades. Let's try these two. Gold, Quantanium, and pervades again. And let's go ahead and try this one here. Or perhaps that one's the one that's scanned. Both of them are. Okay, so those are not particularly valuable minerals. So we're going to go ahead and head over here a little ways. Okay. And we're going to see if we can find anything over here. So we've got a little cluster, hopefully, over here of oh, there we go. There's our rock. We're going to go ahead and swap into scanning mode and scan this one down. Aluminum, corundum, and baxilite. That's still not particularly what we're looking for. We're looking for a commodity called Quantanium. a festanite, raw, and laranite. Still not very good. So this is kind of the problem sometimes with this kind of thing, is that you'll 90 degrees. Let's try that. There we go. We're only looking 90 degrees forward for these. There we go. We're a 90-degree cone. Perfect. Let's try these. You go ahead and bring our speed down a little bit so that we can more accurately reach these. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and swap into scanning mode again. See, hopefully. Something's not right because the rocks are not actually showing up. Sometimes this will trick it into working. Apparently not. And that one's not working either. So as you can see, it's still very much in development. There are still plenty of bugs to go around. Let's see if we can scan this one down. Nope, it's still not showing up. Okay, well, we're going to continue our traveling then, and we're going to go back to her L2, and we're only just going to jump a little ways. There we go, just like that. There we go. And we'll see if we've got any better luck over here. There we go. Go ahead and scan out. It may very well be the case that we're not able to find any Quantanium in this one. Ooh, there we go. There's our first signature. It looks like, hopefully, things are actually going to show up. Maybe. Yes, we do have a rock there. Very good. It's going way too fast, as you can see there, and so I have to do the J hook of shame. Charge Quantanium. Perfect. Okay, so we've scanned down a rock that has Quantanium in it. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot in this one. It's only showing 2%. So it's not really what I'm looking for, but I'm going to go ahead and now that we've found and confirmed that we can scan Quantanium on this server, we're going to go ahead and see if we can find any more of these that we might be able to scan down that have a little bit better yield on them. These look kind of promising. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can scan these ones down. There we go, because a lot of times when you find a good cluster of these, you'll find ones that have festanite. You'll find ones that have Quantanium kind of in bunches like this. Festanite and tungsten. You may end up just going back to that one with the little 2%. This 2% is still some, whereas we're not finding any Quantanium in any of these. Okay, well, I'm going to find a better rock here, and then we'll pick up again. Okay, well, it appears that we're not going to have much luck finding a Quantanium rock this evening, and I've got other things that I've got to do tonight. So we're going to go over mining, and we're going to mine this rock. It's got 10% corundum, so we're going to go ahead and we'll see about mining that up, and or breaking it up, I guess, and yeah, we'll kind of show off how mining works here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my mining head here, and we're going to go ahead and turn our mining laser on, and I'm going to go ahead and swing around to the back side here because, oh wait a minute, there we go, perfect, because I want to be able to see a little bit of contrast here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my light, there we go, so I can see back side of it here, and I'm concentrating on the charge level over there on the bottom right side of the screen. Well, not bottom right, but bottom right side of the circle. And it's kind of a little bit hard to see. There we go, you can just see it flickering a little bit there. We're going to go ahead and up the charge here. This is quite a decent sized rock, so it's going to take all the power that we can get to pump into it. Actually, for that matter, I may end up having to use one of my modules to get this. We'll see here. Yep, we're going to have to go ahead and use this. So I'm going to hit Alt 1. Oh, Stampede, sorry. Well, wait a minute. It looks like it is charging up. And it'll do this until it hits that green zone. There we go. And we're currently in the green zone. So this is pouring energy into there and fracturing that rock. And as you can see, that green zone is kind of creeping up to the left. And we're just going to keep the charge in the green zone there until that completely cracks. Just kind of modulating our power a little bit backwards and forwards to make sure that we don't get into the overcharge range. There we go. Perfect, so we've cracked this. We'll go ahead and scan each of these larger rocks here. And let's see here, we've got aluminum there at 4% and 1% bexolite. So we're not even going to bother cracking that one because there's not really enough to bother cracking that out for that little bit of it. We do have 2% aluminum there. Not going to bother with that. I'm going to try and find one that's got a decent amount of it. Corundum is at 5 and a bit percent and 4% aluminum. That's still not very good. How about this one? Corundum 29%. There we go. That's a little bit better. And we'll scan this one just to see if it's worth cracking this one. Corundum 21%. Okay, so we'll see about cracking these two then, because they've both got a decent amount. There we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll turn up our laser, and you'll notice again this one is charging much faster because this is a significantly smaller rock. And so I'm going to bring my charge way down here so that we don't get too overcharged. There we go. I'm just going to keep this in the optimal range there. Seems to be going along quite nicely here. Once you've got the big one cracked, that's generally the hardest bit. unless you have something that's very unstable, like Quantanium, and sometimes that'll be a little bit harder to actually get it to work properly and keep it balanced. So we've got 3% aluminum there, which means we should have the higher concentration of the corundum here. There's really not a whole lot of good stuff there either. How about this one? There we go. Let's check that. There we go, 67% corundum. So I'm going to go ahead and swap to extraction mode here, and we'll take out as much of that as we can. There we go. And then we'll check each of these and see composition. It's not working again.
Fracturing mode on.
There we go, so that's going to go ahead and start scanning again. And there we go, 29%? 29%. Perfect, we'll go ahead and pump this one up and blow this one open as well. And as you can see on the right hand side of my screen there, I've got my cargo amount, how much I actually have in my cargo hold, and we've only got a little bit, so we're going to keep mining here until we've got it filled up, because it's not getting close to overcharged territory there. It doesn't do us any good to come out and do this without actually making a full hold at least of the materials. There we go, so we've got that one cracked. We'll go ahead and we'll scan each of these. There we go, perfect. Whoops, we'll go ahead and suck up this one. So we've got 58% corundum there. So we'll definitely take that. There we go. Check this one here and see what we've got in this one. Instability. 24% corundum, very good. We'll go ahead and take that one. Still not as high as I'd like, but we're actually getting some decent amount there. And we'll check this one here and see what this one has. 1% aluminum. We're not even going to bother with that one, it's not worth taking. And how about this one? Aluminum 3%. %, corundum. I guess we'll take that one as well. There we go. And we'll go ahead and take a look at these other two here. And we'll scan them quickly and just see whether there's worth 4% aluminum.
Fracturing mode on.
3.5%. And 5 and a bit. Okay. We'll crack this one then as well and hopefully get a little bit of something out of this. So we're up in optimal range. We're going to go ahead and dial our power back so that we're keeping it nicely inside the green zone there. Getting a little bit too high. So we'll just kind of play this balancing act. Now obviously this one's not particularly exciting. Because this is just, it's a very stable composition. Corundum 9 and a bit % aluminum. What about this one? Eight and a bit?
Extraction mode
Okay, yep, we'll
on.
go ahead and take that. Alright. And we'll scan this one. 7 and a bit. Yep, we'll go ahead and take that as well. Still not particularly high, unfortunately, and that's sometimes the breaks of mining, is that you don't end up finding a rock with Quantanium in it, or finding even another rock that's got a high concentration of any of the goodies. And you go out and you mine and you don't really get a whole lot of anything. But sometimes you'll hit it lucky, and you'll make a boatload right out the gate. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this one, and that's going to be it. Okay, so our cargo hold is full now, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll get out of mining mode. Oops, there we go, and we'll get out of there, and we're going to go into our quantum travel, and we're going to quantum back to our station. Where we will pick up once again. Okay, so here we are, back out of quantum travel. We're just going to zoom over to the station here. Now, normally, if my holds were full of Quantanium, we would have done the same procedure, kind of crack everything and only get the stuff that's extremely valuable. But since we don't have to worry about volatile cargo, because Quantanium is, if you have it in your hold for more than 15 minutes, it blows up. So it's very lucrative, but also if you're not watching the clock, it can get very hairy and blow up your ship, which at this point is not really a big deal. You just lose time. Because you just have to, respawn, claim your ship, and then it has like a cooldown timer essentially, which with the Prospector is about 9 minutes. So you got to sit around and wait, or you can pay a little bit of money for an expedited fee, just to get it back faster. But for this one, we don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and contact the air traffic control.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
There we go. And we're going to drop our landing gear and go ahead and come over here and land. Perfect. Alright. We'll go ahead
Landing
and
complete. Have a pleasant stay.
jump out of our chair here, and then we'll go and drop this stuff off at a refinery. And we can either refine this into refined ore and sell it for about double the profit, but it's going to take us some time. So it'll take several hours to actually refine this into something that we can sell at a trade terminal as normal ores or normal refined materials, or we can just sell the ore directly to the refinery for about half the cost or half the profit of what it would be if we were going to sell the refined material. So that's funny, my ship marker's disappeared too. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to store my ship, and there we go, put that one away. Perfect. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and we'll take you down to the refinery here and kind of show you how that works. And then we'll wrap up today's video because we're kind of we've gone past our 30 minutes. And the actual recording of this, it took significantly longer than just that 30 minutes. So we're quickly running out of time here tonight. So that's one thing about Star Citizen, is it's very realistic, or intended to be very realistic. So like this elevator is, you know, it's obviously modeled and textured and everything very nicely, but it's actually traveling through space. This is not like a loading screen or anything like that. It's, you know, it's actually traveling through the space station, and once it reaches, you know, the actual elevator doors on the other side, that's when it, you know, when we reach the refinery, that's when it'll pop open. There we go, you can hear us arriving. There we go. So this is the refinery deck. And as you can see, they're pouring a load of metal right there. NPCs walking around, you can't really interact with them yet. They're still working on that. It's being built.
Hi. Good
So we can actually sell our ore here if we wish to, but we've only got only going to sell it for about 2100 alpha UEC, which is really not a whole lot. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here, and we're going to see what it would take. And I've got several of these already set up. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Prospector here and set up a work order. And we're going to go with the Ferrin Exchange. And we're going to go yes to corundum and bexilite and aluminum. And we're going to get a quote. And it's going to tell us 2,475 alpha UEC to actually refine that. And then we'll be able to sell each of these. It's going to take 5 hours to actually refine that, and we probably will only sell that for about this much again. So I'm not going to really bother doing that. We'll just go ahead and sell this right here at the ore. We'll sell that to refinery, and we made about 2,000 alpha UEC there. So that's Star Citizen mining in a little bit of a nutshell. There's a lot more that can be done with it, but obviously this video is run on long enough. So I will say goodbye to you right here. If you found this video interesting or would like to see more of Star Citizen, go ahead and hit that like and leave a comment down below, and consider hitting that subscribe button. Alright everyone, take care. Ta-ta.